So you have an iPhone, you love your iPhone, it does everything in the world you hoped it could do, and it does more than that, and does things you didn't even know it could do. But you're like me, and you don't like choosing from the ringtone selection, circa 1997, and hearing things like, you can have 32 gigs of music on this thing, but yet we're stuck listening to pre-Motorola Razr type ringtones. You also can pay for them on iTunes. Problem is, you've got to pay for them. Other problem is, they may not have what you want, or may not have the part of the song that you want. So what do? There's a solution. Never thought to tell you guys about this, but I imagine it's something a lot of people go through. Devin Bird sent me a message on the Vig the Geek fan page on Facebook asking me exactly how to make ringtones. So, let's flop over to his screencast and show you how to do it. To create your ringtones, the first thing you gotta do is open up your iTunes. Alright, now you'll notice that I'm obviously on a Mac, as you can tell by just the way it looks. See, like my buttons up here. If you're on Windows, yours will be different. This will work on either one, as long as you have iTunes. Additionally, I'm in my ringtones category right now, because I already have some ringtones. If you don't see this, don't worry. You will once you have a ringtone in place. So the first thing we need to do is select a song that we want to make a ringtone out of. I've been needing to make a new ringtone, actually, for a song. That way I know when my ex-wife calls and not answer the phone, and I think I have the perfect one in mind. Here we go. Now, just to be sure, let's find an area of the song that works well. Right about here.
Hey, you're crazy bitch, but you fuck so good I'm on top of it when I dream. I'm doing you all night. Scratches all down my back to keep me right on. Hey.
31 to 41 seconds up here is what I needed. Frankly, I only need 31 to 32 seconds, but we need a longer ringtone. We're going to right-click on the song and click Get Info. Next thing we do is we make sure on our Options tab, you might start on Summary, go ahead and click on Options. And in the start time and stop time, let's set those parameters. Because you can't have a 3-minute ringtone. So let's do between 31 seconds and 41 seconds. Now every time this song plays, it'll play only those 10 seconds. Let's try it again.
Hey, you're crazy bitch, but you fuck so good I'm on top of it when I dream. I'm doing you all night. Scratches all down my back to keep.
Okay, perfect. Only those 10 seconds. The problem is, we can't use that by itself because all we have is our original song only showing those 10 seconds. Let's right-click again and go ahead and click on Create AAC Version. This is going to give us what we call an M4A. Pops up, and here's the 10-second song that we want. We're not going to keep it in iTunes though, so right-click one more time and click on Get Info. Verify. Okay, it's 10 seconds long. Good. Let's right-click and do, if you're on Mac, show in Finder. In Windows, you're going to want to find it in Internet Explorer. And here we go. I've got two versions. The one with the 1 after it is the one that designates that it is the newest version. I'm going to take this and copy it, drag it out to my desktop for just a minute. I'll show you that shortly. And go back to iTunes. I'm going to click Delete now, because I don't want this 10-second version of my library. Click Remove. Yes, and sure, move the file to trash, because we just saved the copy to our desktop. Gone. Additionally, we got to go back to the original one. We're going to right-click again and click Get Info, and uncheck these. As long as these stay ticked, it'll only play those 10 seconds, and we don't want that. We want to hear the whole song. So I uncheck them, and we're back to the full version of the song. Start from nothing, okay? Now, that aside, this is the file that we had on our desktop. Crazy Bitch M4A. I want to rename this because M4A is just another file that we can use to play music. What we want to do is make it a ringtone, so we're going to change it to an M4R. Hit Enter. If you get any warning, either Windows or Mac, about whether or not you want to change this and it may alter the stability of the file or anything along those lines, go ahead and agree, or on the Mac side, click Use M4R. That's what you want. Move this out of the way and bring iTunes back in. Okay. The final thing we're going to do is we're going to drag that file that's on our desktop and hover up over our library. This whole blue box appears here. If you don't have a ringtones column, it'll make one. If you do, it'll be added to it. Once I let go, because it's an M4R, it'll know exactly where to put it. And I let go. And now, let's check my ringtones. And sure enough, here it is. Crazy Bitch by Buck Cherry, and it's only 10 seconds long. Synchronize your iPhone, and you now have a brand new ringtone custom made from any song in your library. So the long and short of it is finding the file, setting the time that you want it to play, whether it's 10 seconds or 15 seconds, wherever in the song, listen to the song and find what works for you. When you're done with that, you're going to right-click again, create your AAC version, delete it out of iTunes, uncheck the boxes on the original, and then rename your M4A to M4R and drag it back to your library. It'll be added in, and you're ready to go. Hopefully that works. Good luck. If you have any questions, you know where to find me.